So hello and welcome everyone. Hope you guys had a great Easter, and we're back here in the shed today. So I managed to pick myself up these Hoosier slicks. Looking pretty good. So they are 14, it's upside down now, I have to roll it. 14.5 by 3.3 by 15s, and the other one is over here. It's both the same, pretty good. And today in the garage I've just mocked up what everything's going to look like. I've got some wood just to lay out so we know roughly how it's going to work out, and I'll kind of show you guys anyway. I'll turn the camera around and everyone will be able to see what it's going to look like. It's takes up a lot of room in my garage, so you can see the Hoosiers just laid out wood so we can see what it looks like. Do a quick walk around the back rear tires. I still need to get another two, but yeah, you can see it takes up a lot of room in the garage, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much the size of it. It's quite huge. So where I've got the wood, I managed to pick up myself some 50 by 50 steel that's just on my ute out there. And I think the first thing that I'll do is to create the back of the tumbler, and it kind of gives us the height of how high we're going to be. Gives me a nice indication, and it's the first sturdy thing to put together. And then I'll still get some 50 by 100 steel, so then we could do the bottom main stiffness of the build, and work our way from there. Also, look what came in the mail today, our switches. So if I dump them out, we can have a look. So we've got these toggle switches that have a red light on them, and we also have our standard red toggle switch for the burner. So fun fact about the tumbler, they use 25 of these switches. Just over here I managed to also pick me up a steely, and what we're going to do is take the tire off it and extend the steely to be more of a deeper dish, and that's going to work nicely to go on these slicks. I've never taken a tire off a steely before, so we'll see how it goes. We pretty much don't need the tire anymore. It's useless to us, so we'll just hack the crap out of it and hopefully rip it off the rim. So I think if we undo the little nozzle, it does nothing. So I think we'll just drill into it, eh? Right. Well, that was dramatic. Question: what happens when you take a grinder to a tire? Answer is not much. So I've hacked away quite a bit of it now, but I think I'm going to move on to something else. And that will pretty much be grabbing off this 50 by 50 by 3 mil steel from off the top of my ute, and we'll weld it up. The steel that I have on top of there is a lot of surface rust, but we'll clean that all off and see how we go. So now that I got it down, we can look at it up close. So stuff like this we're going to remove, and this is 3 mil, but it's not quite the thickness we're after. This is like 4 mil by 80, and we're after 50 by 100. So that gets cut out. The angle line gets cut out. But other from that, this 50 by 50 is pretty much what we're after. Okay, so I'm kind of unsure on what's happening right now. I'm just cutting up the steel, and it seems to be hissing out, and it like caught fire. So if anyone has any idea on why steel from a boat trailer would be doing that, quite interesting. So hopefully I'll just let it do its thing and then go back to cutting. So yeah, that's pretty much all cut. I've laid it out so we can see what it looks like. So far we're 1 meter high and about 1600 width. So that's going to be the final width of the tumbler chassis. However, we're still 100 mil to go up for our height, but that's pretty much, so we can now go through and weld up all the corners, and that's our main back frame. I did also forget to mention there's a brace that will be going across here just to give it more extra bracing. And then once we have all the chassis built, we're going to add a firewall to it so that it's protected us when we sit in from the engine at the back. Yeah, that's it, pretty much all welded up. I just need to go through and clean up my welds and do a little bit more cleaning of the box section itself, but that's pretty much how it goes together. Sorry I haven't filmed much of me welding it together. Some of my footage wasn't really the greatest, so I didn't add it in, but that's all good. We can see how it turns out. It's definitely coming together a lot more nicer with that frame in place. Of course, it's gonna not be sitting that low. Chassis is gonna be higher, but it's a pretty cool indication of the build coming together. I would also like to do a huge thanks to Average Tattoos for donating the steel for today's video. And if you guys are ever in Auckland and need a tattoo, make sure you go hit them up. So I hope you guys liked episode 3 of this build. I'm glad that we managed to get this part of the chassis welded. Hopefully in the next video we can get more of it welded. Make sure you guys follow my social medias, and thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.